Oh, you know what you guys are?
Hey guys, it's Scuzzy, and welcome to part 4 of Invention on my channel. Now, it is Monday. It is a day after, well, approximately like 15-16 hours after I got 200 mil. The 200 mil episode will be up. I'll put it up before this one, but like very like half an hour before this one. But yeah, I already have 200 mil, so. And it's Monday, and these are a couple of new items that Jagex released into the game on, actually today. I took a 12-hour sleep, so I went to bed at like 1:30 in the morning, because I had some stuff that I had to do in real life. Believe it or not, I pushed a couple of things back, and basically, I'm going to show you guys what I do to find the items so that it can help you find these items faster and complete the puzzles faster. So basically, this part is pretty easy. You just, click 5 items, try it, click 5 more items, try it. But this part might be a little tricky to some people, so I do want to show you how I did it fast, because these things, once you get higher level, you can get over 150k XP each, and if that takes you like 10 seconds, then perfect. That's really good XP. So basically, just do it in any order you want. Check down here. It says optimization poor. So what I do is I change the first 2, check it. It's about the same, so I switch it back, and then I go like that. Now it's at good. So I keep a mental note of the different inspiration requirements for this. So I switch it back, and then I switch it back to the 4th spot. Now this one's even worse than the second one, so I switch it back, and then I switch it back to the last spot. This one's not quite as good as the second spot, so I mean the 3rd spot, sorry. So I'm going to keep that. Now we move on to the 2nd spot. We switch 2nd and 3rd. It's worse, so let's go back. So switch 2nd and the 4th. It's about the same, so that could be a potential as well. And then the 2nd and the 5th. And look, we got perfect. So that only took about 5 tries, and that's what I recommend for you guys to do the puzzles. That's how I did it. And see, I earned 50,000 invention XP and discovered a new invention, lab coat. I really wanted to get the lab coat, so I wanted to wear it because it looks. I hope it looks cool. How do I find it though? Hold on. Let me see if it's in my bank. Oh no, wait. You know what? It's probably in here where I need to make it. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So what do I need? Fine cloth and protective components. Cover parts have 100,000 almost, and padded parts have almost 10,000. So I need fine cloth and protective components for each of these. Oh, and this one only needs fine cloth. So I will come back to that in a little bit. Oh, they added mining accumulator, fishing. No, I already had those. Gizmos, yeah. So let's do a little more discovery. This time I'm going to do a little faster. I'm going to do book switcher. That's not bad. But I wanted a light bulb hat. I'm not quite sure if I have enough inspiration for all of these items. I really hope I do. But right now I'm going to do the light bulb hat. So let's go and do our prototype. And it didn't work, so this must be it. So now we just put these in, see how it is. 9,900, 9,000. Then this one's 9,900. That's also 9,000. 6,300, and then the last one is 9,000. So it's going to be our 4th spot. Then we do a 2nd. That's 5,400. Then the 3rd spot, which is 8,100, and the last one, which is 6,300. So we switch these two. Then we need to go. This one's 8,700, and then 6,300. So let's try this, and it's not going to work. So if it doesn't work all like that, then you gotta have to go back and see what else kind of works. So you gotta work your way back. So if you do this, that's 6,300, and then this one is 7,200. This one is 8,100, and this one is 9,000. So I believe 7,200, 8,100. Kind of when this kind of happens, you kind of want to like just redo it. So let's see if this in the first spot does anything good. So if we switch these two, we have 9,000, 9,000, 9,000, 8,100. Sometimes it is pretty tricky, but for the most part, the way that this is done is a decent way to do it. I may have just messed up though. It's a possibility. See, we have excellent, and sometimes you want to just do excellent if it takes too long. And sometimes excellent just means you need to switch 2 items. So you just gotta figure out which 2 items those are. You know what, let's just do the excellent, because I think I have enough points for that anyways. Oh no, I don't. I won't be able to get all of them, so I'll come back when I get it finished. Aha. So all I really need to do was change this, and that's really all I need to do. Like I said, it was just one switch away. So here we go. Let's invent the light bulb hat, even though Jackie's already coded it. And we have the light bulb hat, and wow, it gave 101,000 invention XP for that. So that one's pretty good. The next one I guess I want to do is the professor title, and yeah, it looks like I'm not gonna have enough inspiration for the book switcher. So should I do the book switcher or the professor title? That is the question. I don't know if I even need either one of them, so I'll just get the professor title. That way I can have it. It goes along with my cape and my other stuff. It also said on the update that you can get the retro invention skill cape and the invention skill cape. I'm not sure what that means. It says show off your progress in invention by discovering a couple of neat invention cosmetics that have just been added to Gillenor. Proverbial light bulbs will be going off across every head in the land as you take your workbenches and try to figure out the ways to make the following. And then under like the following, it has invention skill cape and retro invention skill cape. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to make those. Let me see if I can talk to this guy. Skill mastery. Oh, I noticed there's a couple versions. Yes, we skill masters have crafted new versions of each. We feel like it's time for a change. We can still choose to wear the old model skill cape if you want. Would you like to change? Yeah, I want to change the old question. Okay. Just the invention cape. So, I guess that was it. There's my cape. Invention. Oh, I have my overrides on. Give me a second. Hide cape. Take that off. No, the one. Wait, what? They totally changed that to gold. It was definitely blue and then gold trimmed. Now it's gold and blue trimmed. Okay. Okay, I can deal with that. That's cool. Kind of makes me look like I'm gold and I'm cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna make the professor title, and let's see if we can do this one really fast. And yeah, so you guys kind of know how I'm doing this right now, so I don't really need to explain it. And yeah, so we got a match. See how this is 10,000, 10,000, 9,600, 10,000, 12,000, and then 13,000. So this one's gonna be the good one. Then we're gonna do this 80,000. I mean 8,400, and then 10,000. So we're gonna switch these. 80, 96, 84, 10,000. So we're gonna switch these two. I'm at excellent. So once I get excellent, I think all I need to do is switch one item. Not sure which item that is. Not that one. Yep, there it is. Once you get to the excellent, all you need to do is switch one item. So basically, you can get perfect every time if you do that first method, then the second method, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't have enough for this book switcher. I need to get some more inspiration, so I gotta go skill. I really hope it's not coded to the fact that you get XP, because I don't get any XP now. And so I wouldn't ever be able to get that, which would be a problem. So let's pick up some of our treasure hunter stuff. I have a lot of lamps that I'll never use, but oh cool, I got some soul gems. I was using these to get up my thing. So yeah, 2,000 out of 35,000. Prismatic, let's put them all on divination. Don't need any of them. Yeah, most of the stuff is just like get rid of it before you like. It's easier to get rid of it putting it into skills than to actually dismantle it, because then you gotta go all the way over here. But yeah, so the skill cape, I like the skill cape. I like the retro skill cape better than the oh wow, look at these shoulder pads. They're like a greenish color. That's kind of interesting. I kind of like that. Unless that's like some sort of glitch. But yeah, so I will I'll come back to you guys in a couple of seconds. I need to read a couple of the comments on the last video so I can answer them, and also at the same time I want to show you guys a couple of cool things that you can do with Invention. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so I checked the prices on a couple of items now. I just gotta find a couple more of the parts that I need to get. But if we go into here, we can see this thing called the equipment siphon. Now, a lot of people are going to be using this, and it's not something that's going to go into, it's not going to, like, people aren't going to stop using it, because it's going to be cheaper to use an equipment siphon on your item than to just dismantle your item. And to be honest, the race for 200 mil is kind of, you know, dying down, so to speak. Pretty soon 25 people are going to have it. You know, people aren't going to want to go as fast. They'll start training with these equipment siphons instead of dismantling their items. So, that being said, let's take a look at how much these each cost. And I kind of want to show you the thought process that I go through to be able to find different methods, and, you know, how much, you know, to back up how much I'm going to make, how much it's going to cost, what's going to take, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to bring up a brand new Excel spreadsheet on my other monitor, and I'm just going to go back and forth from it to just I'll type in the calculations and that kind of stuff to show you how I do this sort of stuff. So I'll be right back. So I didn't have any of this pre-planned, so this is going to be exactly how I actually do it. So the different items that I need for the equipment siphon, so we'll put in one of these cells, the equipment siphon, but for now we'll do simple parts, dexterous parts, and precious components. Or dexterous components, sorry. So we have simple, then we have dexterous, and then we have precious. So these are going to be our three items that we need. Of course, we can even do simple down here, which might even be a better way to do it, and then precious over here. So now we have, what was it, 50 simple parts for it, and 5 dexterous and 5 precious. That's what it said. And this is for the XP siphon, basically. Now, or maybe we bring it up here. So we'll bring it up here. This will be parts needed, and then we can just go like that to do that. So that's the parts needed. This will be, let's say, the cost of the item. So we basically have this times our, let's see, the cost of each, cost per each, and then cost per total. So cost of each would be, you know, let's see. Oh, those are the prices that I'm going to find over here. So if one of my friends wanted to come see. I am going to quickly go to the bank, or the Grand Exchange and the Max Guild, and I will, I'm going to check the prices because I just bought one of each of these items. And let's go to the history. So an incandescent energy, also we need to put that on here. Incandescent energy, 225 of those. Or that might be for actually the divine charge. Sorry, but the equipment siphon is 746k. Let's see, the though those parts don't really have a cost, actually, don't they? So the simple parts come from, you know, just simple items like food, a potion. I don't know if it's potions, but hides and stuff. So we'll figure that part out later. We can just say, you know, they cost, let's say they cost 2,000 each. And a dexterous cost, maybe it's a little rarer, we'll do 10,000 each. And then the precious come from these gems. So let me see how long it takes me to get a gem or a precious part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're not getting a precious. 15, 16. Okay, so I went to diamonds and it did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it took 6 precious components for a diamond. I mean, 6 diamonds for a precious component. Now that's not to say that it's going to take 6 every single time, but just for, you know, rough calculations and how I do this, that's kind of where I'm at. So we have 6 diamonds, and a diamond cost how much? A cut diamond costs 2.5K. So 6 of those, that would be 6 times 2.5, 2.5 times 6, so we have 15. So it takes 15,000 for a precious component. That being said, why don't we change the dexterous to also be 15,000 per? Okay, and then maybe the simple will take it to 5,000, let's say, each. No, not each. Maybe 1,000 each. So the cost total will be equal sign this times and this. So we just drag these down, so then we have those. Let's get rid of this for now. And then we will have the sum of all these items so we can have a total down here. And this is how I just usually like to have my total items. And then also, I want to grab all of these, do control 1 to bring up my format cells. And I want to change the number to a number, and I want to get rid of the decimal places and then put a comma. So that way it just, you can see how much money it is. So these are 50,000, 75,000, 75,000. So total, an XP siphon is going to cost you 200,000, roughly, from what I've just discovered. And so this would be under the sell. So we can have a sell here. Actually, you know what? Let's do a sell over here and a buy right here. So technically, total buy, sell, total. You can do things like that, and then just space them out a little bit so it looks better. And we're just gonna take this and I think copy and paste it. No, it's not gonna do a reference. So what we need to do is we need to just drag this up here so it'll be the exact same thing. We can get rid of that. And then our cell, which will be, I gotta meet this guy, I'm so sorry. But our cell is gonna be 746K. So as you can see, just from this really quick, like literally like 2-3 minutes thing, 746,000, and now we can look at the profit that I get per thing. So it would just be this number minus that number, and this would be 546,000 GP per XP siphon. And we can go ahead and I'll save this file, but I'll bring this up like in other videos, so like as they release more items for it. But yeah, so let me make a couple of these equipment siphons, and I can only make 4 right now because of the precious components and the dexterous components. Let's see, what can we get the dexterous from? We get it from maces, bows, crossbows, longswords, and swords. So basically, we want to buy something that's going to be relatively cheap, like a bow. Let's look for some sort of bow in my bank. So we'll go to search and we'll go to bow. Let's see, what do I have? I have some elder short bows. I also have some magic short bows that I can bows. magic short bows, and elder short bows. Elder shield bows, I'm not sure if those actually give it. They might. And then I have elder shield bow use. Those were from when I started getting it. But I also have 20 dark bows from killing the dark beasts. Where is that guy that... Oh, he logged out. Okay, he logged out. So basically, we're gonna go back to here and see how many things it takes to get a dexterous component. So it took 1, 2. I got a precise component. There we go. Took 5 or 6 maybe. So it seems like it fluctuates on and off from precious or precise components and dexterous. So it looks like it's an average of about 5. I'm gonna let that go in the background, but it looks like it's an average of 5 for the dexterous. So that's just for the magic short bow. So we can take into account. So a magic short bow is 1,000 in the GE. It probably is around 2,000 street price. So that being said, let's just turn this to 2,000, and that makes it so we even have more profit. So the precision, I should change this to actually type in precious, because there's a precision one, and it's the first same 4 letters of that. So yeah, so the simple ones come from, let's check out where the simple ones come from. Let's look in here. And the simple bare necessities. No, I'm just kidding. But the simple parts come from ores, logs, hides, bars, planks, leather, basic weapons, and clothing. So if we gotta think of like what's the cheapest one that we can get from that. So I have in my bank, I have some logs already. So maybe I'll use some logs. I had ores and I had bars, but I got rid of those. So let's look in. So let's look at this. So do we have any bars? I have some bars. I have some rune bars, so we can pull those out. Although I doubt that the rune bars are going to be very good, but we can test them. And then we also have, let's see if we have any ores. We got some runite ores. Let's adamant ores. I guess we should take out some mithril too, right? Gotta test all of this stuff. So, and then we have leather. Do we have any leather? I have some black dragon leather. I had some royal leather untanned, but I sold that off because I had 18,000 of those. What else did I say? I said I had logs, right? Yeah, so we have some maple logs, we have some magic logs, and let's put in these protein traps and pull out some yew logs. Because we want to test all of these different items, and because we want to get a feel for how long it's going to take. So we have that on. Let me just turn my chat off so I can take a look at these. So let's do some black dragon leather. We're looking for simple parts. 1 simple part per each. Not even. It's gonna be a little less than 1. So that's, I can tell you right now, that's not a good item, because that costs how much each? It costs 4,000 for each simple part, and we need 50 of those. So that's not gonna be good. But then again, I did say it takes 1,000 each. But I'm sure we can get lower than that. So let's try some mithril ore. 1 junk, 1 junk, 1 simple part, 1 simple part. Okay, so this one's also, it looks like it's about 50% that you would get a simple part from it. Let's use some adamant ore. This mithril ore is around 255 each. So that being said, you have, see, it looks like it's about 50%. So 255 times 2. So it'll cost you 510 per simple part, which is half of what I assumed it would be. But you do get a lot of junk parts from this, and that's another thing you got to take into account. Do you really want to get all these junk parts? You kind of want to get your best money to XP ratio, not even XP, money to money ratio in essence. But so this one, I wouldn't really recommend mithril ore. Let's try doing some. Oh, this is adamant ore. It seems like adamant ore is kind of like the same. Maybe it would be like 60-something%. Let's try some rune ore. Rune ore. 1, 2, 3. Why am I even trying rune ore? It's like 13k each. and you're always going to get simple parts from it. 2 simple parts from an adamant bar. Adamant bar. 2 simple parts, 1 simple part. It seems like you're getting 1 to 2 every single time. And let's see, how much is an adamant bar? It is 4,000 GP. And you get 2. So that would mean it would be 2,000 per. Now let's look at rune bar. 2 simple parts. It's pretty much the same thing. So bars are kind of like that. And let's see how logs are. So we have the maple logs. We get 1 simple part each. 1 chunk, 1 simple part, 1 simple part. So it's 75, 66, 50, 66, 75. So it seems like it's about 70% chance are around there for simple parts, and you also get junk. Oh, and I got a living component. That is for maple logs, and those are 26 GP each. So guys, it seems like just from looking at all these items so far, it seems like logs are the way to go. I'm getting 1 simple part every single time I get a log for the magic logs, and the magic logs are 1,000 each. So let's take a look at this. Cost each 1,000. I'm getting them on this, so it kind of looks like my estimate was pretty good as far as, you know, just trying to find if it was a good item or, you know, iteration. I'm decent at estimating things before I actually do it. So it goes to show that logs are the way to go. You have a 3.4% junk chance. That, of course, that's going to be higher for you guys because you don't have the what's it called, the level 9 version of junk chance reduction. So I'm gonna put this stuff back in my bank, and let's see how U logs are actually, because if we could make it even cheaper, that would be awesome. So 27.2% chance, probably like 45% chance for you guys. But let's just see. We got 1 junk, 1 junk, 1 simple part, 1 junk. So I'm trying to think, is there a step between U logs and magic logs? Because magic logs seem like they're the way to go. You have nope, there's no step between them. So it seems like unless we can find something that gives 2 simple parts every single time and is less than 2,000 GP, then it seems like magic logs are definitely the way to go. So I kind of expect those to go up, but you know what? If they do go up, it's not the end of the world, because these things need to happen for the economy to balance out again. And I feel like if it's not this one item, it's going to be another item, and you can just flip and switch your items until you get, you know, you can just keep on doing this and keep on doing this until every single item is just equal to the amount of money that you get from an XP siphon, which is going to take years, in my opinion, because, or maybe not years, maybe like a year, but it might not take as quickly as you think, because people are using these items out of the game, but also the XP siphons are very sought after, and like everybody in the game is going to want to do it, because the main way to train XP, Jagex wanted, is to augment your items and stuff. So yeah, now that I found the first thing, I think I'm gonna leave that part there, and I'm just gonna dismantle these. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can make this any better. So this is the simple part. So we have ores, logs, hides, bars, planks, leather, basic weapons, and clothing. So the ores seem to give you only 1. The logs seem to give you 1. The hides give you 1. The bars give you 2. It just depends on the different things you're going to get. I didn't try planks. Leather only gives you 1. And then basic weapons and clothing, I don't know if those actually, they don't give you that much, because basic weapon and clothing, like clothing? I'm thinking like feminine clothes and something like that. But one thing that I do want to test is the planks. So let's see if we have any planks in my bank. I might not. Okay, I have some mahogany planks, and I also have some teak planks. So we can try both of these and see how it goes. I'm assuming that you get one. Yeah, so you already got one junk from mahogany. And I know that a mahogany plank is what? It's over 2,000. So, one, you're not getting two components, and two, you're getting junk components as well. So, teak planks. What's up with the teak planks? Okay, I got a junk. It's like a 90% or something. That's kind of weird. Jagex might want to look into that because I feel like I'm getting more ratio for my money than mahogany because I'm getting a lot of junk. So you're already at 66%. This one seems like 66%, and this one seems like it's like 80%. And a teak plank is like 695 GP. So teak planks, this has a 49% ratio of. Oh, okay, there we go. There's the junk. Okay, so I think that's enough testing for now. I have some numbers, and I have a total profit that I'll make every single time I make an XP siphon. Now, it's just a matter of how many of these can I make an hour, and how much money would I be able to make. So, to get a simple part, let's add in a cell, a column here. Let's insert one right here. And let's call it, how many of these can I get an hour? How many of these can I get an hour? So parts, so what would be a nifty name to say for that? Parts needed, parts gained per hour. So parts gained per hour. Theoretically, you'd be able to get 3,600 of these simple parts. For the dexterous, it seemed like I was getting one every 5. So the chance, it would be equal to 3,500 divided by. How about, you know what? We're going to put up here a reference cell. We're going to call it reference. And it's going to be 3,600. So basically, this is just the amount that you would be able to get. This is the amount you would be. No, sorry, 3,000. What am I doing? There's 3,600 ticks in seconds in an hour, but it takes 2 seconds. 2 ticks. I gotta edit that out. I'm not gonna do that. 2 ticks per dismantle. So it takes. So we'll do reference and then parentheses seconds per hour per item or something. I don't know. That might not be the correct way to say it, but we'll keep that there. We'll do the control 1, change it to a number, change the decimal places, and put a comma there. So now we have 3,000. So we will now do this. So basically what we'll do, and the reason why we have a reference cell is because it will help us in the long run because you will be able to reference that cell, and instead of changing all of these rows, all you need to do is change this reference cell and it'll do the math for you. And that's the beauty of Excel and things like this. So basically we'll have this times, you know what, we'll go even further. We'll add another insert here, and this one will be parts per item dismantled, okay? Or disassembled, whatever. And then it gets really confusing, but I want you guys to see how, all the work that I've put into this sort of stuff, and how how doing this sort of preparation will really, really help you in the long run, and that you're not saying, oh, I'm gonna spend 200,000 on this and make 300,000, when in reality you're actually spending 315,000 and you're thinking you're making 100,000, but in reality you're losing 15,000. I feel like that is a lot of the reason why a lot of people, not even just in RuneScape but in life, that's why they're not as I don't know what the word is, but I don't really want to offend anyone, because I am from a low income, just that's how I was raised. We weren't really raised in like the rich part of anything. So that being said, if this can help you, I I I'd be so happy even if it just helped one person. But yeah, so parts per item disassembled. So this one will get 1 part per disassembled item. This one will do equals, you get 1 every 5, or sorry, 1 every 5. So it's showing 0, but it actually is a percentage. Let me just change these quickly to have a number and have decimal places. So there we go. See, that's a 20. This is 20%. So this is you get 1 of these every 5 basically, and this one's the same way. You get 1 every 5 for the precious, and that's using diamonds. So let's go even further and let's add another here, and we'll go item used basically, and we'll just type it in, and then we'll add one here. We'll say the price of it as well, or you know what, no, let's delete this, and the cost is already here, right? We have 1,000, 2,000, and 15,000. So basically what we can do is, oh no, we do want to insert one here. So we'll do cost per item. And I know this is going to get confusing, but having all of these different cells and stuff like that is really going to be helpful in the long run. And I'm so sorry to everybody who's messaging me I'm not used to having people message me, especially like when I'm doing a video. Just like in general, I'm not used to any sort of like publicity or anything like that. But yeah, so let's get back to here. So we're gonna see the item used. We're gonna use magic log. And now if I could, I would love to just have this referenced from the Grand Exchange itself, but I don't know how to do that. But for all intents and purposes, we'll do 1,200. And for here, the dexterous components, what we were using? We were using magic short bow, but we could technically, I actually didn't test the other items for the dexterous components. What was it, bows and stuff? Let's test that. And if the video is getting kind of late, I'll probably make another video after this one because I do want to address a couple of things, especially like the comments and Lay May and that sort of stuff. But honestly, you can tell by the video right now that it's not like high on my priority, and I'm not like frustrated over it or anything. But let's see, Elder Shortbow. Wow, I got it precise already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all right, 3 in a row. Okay, all right. So let's just do 60. No, let's just do 15 of these. Okay, and we'll see how many dexterous components we got. Oh, you know what would be a better way is if I go into here and I see already how many dexterous components I have. 637. So we'll go here. So just so I remember, 637, just type it there. I'll delete that later. But then we'll go in here. We'll use Elder Shortbow. And we'll just do a 60 batch. I'll come back after this is done, and we'll see how many parts or components, dexterous components I have. Okay, so I just finished 60 of these, and we're going to see how many precise components, or dexterous, sorry, components that I have after this. So I have 646. So I can say right now that's just 9, so 646, but just to make sure, let's check. So we have this minus this, and indeed it is 9. So I did 60, and I got 9. So basically what I can do here is I can go 9, and then I can do 60. So it is a little less than the, it seems like it's a little less than the magic, but the magic one we didn't really test. Let's how about let's do some testing here. We'll keep this here. We'll put it over here, and we'll put this as Elder Short, and this one's Magic Short. And what else we got? Elder Long, Magic Long, etc., etc. And just we can have this here. We can have parts start, parts fin, and parts gain. And yeah, so we can have all of that stuff. And let's do Elder Short Bow, Elder Shield Bow. Let's do Elder Shield Bow. So we had 646, and we'll be back once we get this. I don't even know if we get the same components from these, but we'll see. Okay, so I just finished 60 Elder Shield Bows. I guess I need to put that on my list. But, yeah, so we can go to the Equipment Siphon and see, now I have 646, so I didn't get any. Okay, so that's good to know. So shield bows are not good for dexterous components. They only give you precise components and strong components, which, in theory, I think it would be good for some sort of other item. I don't know what it was. I don't know what the other item was, but yeah, so it's not technically good for the equipment siphon. So stick to your shield, stick to your short bows. So let's go back to the magic short bow. We had 646. I'll be back in like 72 seconds, and I'll see how many of those dexterous components that I got. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished that, and we can see how many dexterous components I got. So I got 654, which I can already tell right now is 654 is less than that. Oops, sorry, my webcam just got hit. There's like a wire that goes like right over here, and my arm is right under it. So all we have to do right here is just click and drag. So I get 8 parts per gain. This is the difference between money. So Elder Short and Magic Short. So cost per let's see, cost per item, let's say. So this one will add, shoot, we should shift all of this over 1, and the reason why we shift it like that and not by adding a cell or adding a thing is because let me just do this in the background so I'm not really wasting any GP, because I already know that magic clogs are pretty good, probably the best item for simple components, as far as I know. If you guys have any suggestions for the simple parts, feel free to say it in the comments, and I'll check into it. But I feel like I've been in hiding for way too long, and because I've always wanted to help people with this kind of stuff, but I was always rejected as well, and that made me hurt, and I didn't really want to. It basically made me not want to help anyone, especially on RuneScape. But I feel like now is the time for me to just lay it all on the table and show you guys what I do to make money, to make XP, that kind of stuff. And so far, I mean, the feedback has been amazing, and you guys really indeed do love this kind of stuff. I didn't think that people would accept this kind of thing. I mean, you know, you have the average the troll and stuff online. They're like, oh, neckbeard or whatever, which I don't even find an insult. I saw a guy back when I was at I think it was 2010. I saw a guy who legit had a neckbeard. It was just down here and was like a couple inches long, and he was a larger Chinese man. I was just watching him walk. I was at like a campsite, and I was like, whoa, I've never ever seen that. And that was back in 2010, so we're talking 6 years ago. It was before the neckbeard was a trend. And let me tell you that it was cool. I liked it. It was cool. It was definitely different. But so we're doing here. I totally forgot what I was talking about. Just give me a sec, guys. Oh, right. I was just going to put this as the cost. And I really should be more professional and have caps for all of these things, but I'll go back and do that later. It's not really an issue. So an Elder Short Bow, let's see how much this costs. So it's 2,400. We'll just say 2,500. And then a Magic Short was what, 1,200? So cost per item, we could do this, and we'll have that divided by this. And so it'll be that much. And yeah, so this is going to be the cost per each of the items. For Elder Short Bow, it looks like it's almost twice as much, because the price is pretty much twice as much. So that being said, I'm not sure if we want to do a magic. I mean, I'm not sure if we want to do Elder Short Bow. The magic one seems like it's fine for now. But also, I didn't test the Elder Long or the Magic Long, and those could be actually technically good. So basically, so the cost per item, I already have the item used and the cost per item, the parts gained, but it's okay, whatever. Parts gained an hour. So basically, what we have here is we have the amount that we can use an hour divided by how many parts we get per hour. So what we can do is we can say, okay, so it took us, we get, oh, so we have the percentage here. So all we need to do is parts gained an hour. So we have 30. So we reference this cell and then multiply it by the ratio that we have. So we can technically gain 3,000 XP or simple parts per hour. So all we need to do is click and drag this down. Sorry, I gotta click the corner. These are 0 because they're not referencing the right cell. So what we do is we press F4, and what will that do? What that will do is it will say, grab this cell every single damn time. So now we click and drag this, and look, we gain 450 of those parts and 600 of these parts per hour. That's per hour, okay? So now what we can do is we can say, well, I guess cost per item. What this will do is we can reference the best item here, and I can get into a couple of cool things once we have all of these different things. You know, once we have more items, we can go ahead and we can change this to what's called an if statement, and what will it do? It will say, you know, if you have the logical test, that'll be for another video, but basically it will take the best, it'll take whatever is the best here out of all of the items that you have, and it will tell you what the best item is, and it will reference it back to this cell here. So then this can be updated, and you will literally be making the best money that you can. All you really need to do is change these prices as the GE changes its prices. So you can come on every single day and change the price. It'll take you literally a minute and a half to change all those prices, check them up on the GE, and then you know what's your best item. So then from there you can find your best item and make your most amount of profit. So technically we can gain this many parts per hour, but what is this, a diamond? I think we used a diamond, and so that was what, 5,000, something like that. And then the magic short bow, which was 1,200, and then this one was, oh, this one was also 1,200. What was this? This was 1,000. We'll just call that 1,000. So we were a little off when we said this. This was 1,000. The video is getting pretty long, and so I'll probably end it pretty close to here. But leave in the comments if you I know you do want me to talk about the. You guys do want me to talk about, you know, the whole 200 mil and what happened and how to lay me past me and all that stuff. I'll talk about that and maybe in part 5. But for part 4, this is how I felt. I felt like, you know, just making a video and making a video on how to make money during this and to show you guys my thought process. And look, you know, 25 minutes, 30 minutes down the road, we have a beautiful spreadsheet that will tell us what is the profit per, you know, the profit per XP siphon, and that's just one of the items. We have to still do some for the divine energy. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to format a couple more rows, cells, and stuff like that, and figure out how much money you can make per hour doing this on an account. So I'll be back in a few minutes, guys, and I'll just explain what I did after that. So be right back. Alright, so real quick, I want to actually add this professor title to Scuzzy. So now that's actually kind of funny because I technically could be a professor if I wanted to. I could go for my PhD and become a professor. But yeah, so they added, they changed the look of the cape, okay? I'm not sure if it's this option here. What can you do about technology trees? Remind me of Invention looks. No, that's tutorials. I noticed there are a couple versions of each skill cape. Yes, I would like to wear the new version of the skill cape. I would like to change the Invention skill cape. No, I don't know. I guess I don't know. But yesterday, when I got 200 mil, it was blue, with gold trim. But now it's gold with blue trim. So I don't know. I guess they changed it. But yeah, back to testing. Okay, so I ended up changing a couple of things. There's there's a cell over here that I kind of want to move. These are referenced cells. But yeah, so basically what I changed was I brought these things from up here, I brought them down here. It's not too much of a difference, and also I'm going to color code all of this stuff so it's easier to look at. But this is the main thing right here. This is the profit per hour. Profit per hour is 30.55 mil, which is freaking ridiculous. And I'm just going to explain really fast how I got to that number because it's such a ridiculous number you probably don't think I'm making any sense. So basically, we were over here when we left off, and this is basically just the stuff you're going to do per hour. Since you get one part per item of disassembly from the magic log, you can put down 1 here. So we use this cell and we use this reference cell of how many items you can do in an hour. And the way I got that was I used 3,600 seconds in an hour, and you can disassemble 1 item per 1.2 ticks. So if you divide 3,600 by divided by 1.2, you'll get 3,000 instead of 3,600. Let me just double check if that's actually how you do it. Yeah, that's how you do it. So that is correct, and this is also, these 3 are all reference cells. So in the other cells that I have, it gets referenced to those cells there. So basically, this one is since this ratio is 1 per 1, so we use that and we get 1. And then what I did was I just clicked and dragged down the corner, and we got this one's a 15% chance of getting a dexterous component every time you use one. And then you can also do 3,000 an hour. So this is the percent chance that you're going to get when you get them. So if you do that for an hour, and you do that for an hour, and you do that for an hour, you'll get this here. And I just realized that I made a mistake. Actually, a pretty crucial mistake is the fact that this will take you an hour by itself, and this will take you an hour by itself, and this one will take you an hour by itself. So in reality, when we do the reality here, we just multiply by 75%. Because these are the things you got. This is the sum that you got from all of these items in 3 hours. I meant to say in an hour. So these are each in an hour, so that's a total of 3 hours, and this isn't a reality, and this is an iteration, which just basically means I'll get 2,500, 250, and 250, so then I can make 50 of each of the items. This is going to what is the cost total. This is the buy total, and this is the sell per item, sell profit, or sell total, and then profit. So basically this one is going to be, I'm going to have to divide this by 3, so it'll be 10.2 mil an hour, which is still pretty good. It's just not 30 mil an hour, which kind of bum, but and then also the other thing you have to take into account is actually making the item. So if we go in here and we make the item, we'll see how long it takes. So I can only make 4 right now because I don't have that many precious components. So let's see. It takes 5 seconds to make. Wait, hold on. 5 seconds to make 4 of them. So 2 of them takes 3 seconds. So it seems like it's the 1.2 tick each. So, and then these are 1.4K in the GE, but they're actually 700K in here. So these are going to change price. Everything's going to change prices. So this is not like a set in stone every single time. Like I said, if you just change these numbers, you'll get different numbers for here. But one thing that I do want to see if as actually really good is dragon stones. If I do dragon stones instead of diamonds, then it might be decent. Might be decent money or a decent thing. So basically, we'll do 60 of these. I'll be right back and see how many of those components I get. Actually, hold on. Let me see how many of those components I have right now. I have precious. I have 3. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I did that, and let's see how many of these I got. So I have 7 now. So I had 3, I have 7 now. So I got 4 in 60, which is, what is that? That's 4 in 60? 4 divided by 60. That seems like really bad. Yeah, that's really bad. Let's see what it is for other components. Okay, so the diamonds are what I would recommend right now. I haven't tested jewelry or anything, but yeah, this is kind of like what I came to a conclusion with as far as the whole, spreadsheet thing, and it came to here where it was about a 7% chance to get precious components from a diamond. So, and that's a cut diamond, and I'm just basically in the background just disassembling cut diamonds. I'm going to do my own research on the on jewelry and stuff, and I'll just update this to show, better stuff. But as far as like right now, as you can see, this is like the cut stuff, and this is the uncut stuff. For the diamond is the 1250 GP per item, and you get 4, so that's better than the sapphire, and it's better than the emerald, even though they're cheaper, but you do get more components per, you get more components per, disassembly. So I think that's gonna be it for this part 4. Let me know what you guys thought, and again, I'll just keep making out parts until you guys start, getting bored or whatever, or but I think that this could be interesting, and if you guys do want to make some money, you can be making. I would estimate this to be around. It depends on like a couple of different other things. It would be between 2 and let's say 8 mil. We'll just say 2 and 8 mil an hour for now, because I'm not exactly sure. It'll take a little bit more time to figure out um, what I am going to be doing for each of the items, but for now I would suggest using magic short bows and diamonds for the dexterous components and the precious components, and then for the simple you can use magic logs. But yeah, so just as a disclosure, I'm not stocking up on any of these items. Like I haven't bought any of these items yet. I'm probably gonna buy a couple of them after I make this video, just so I can make the things myself. As you can see, these are all the magic logs that I have in my bank, and then these are all like the magic short bows I have in my bank, and diamonds. Yeah, see, I don't have any other diamonds in my bank, but like I said, I'm going to be testing even more so if you want to see that in episode 5, or part 5, then I'm happy to do that. And also part of part 5, I will talk about the race and how I feel about it, and just how I feel in general right now. And you can probably tell from the video that I'm okay. So thank you to everybody who was feeling bad for me, and reached out to me in the comments and in my friends chat. I want to thank my friends chat for just being there for me during the whole thing. It was pretty cool, just to see the amount of what's the word? The amount of like just encouragement, and I don't know what there's a better word for it, but I can't think of it right this second. But just like the amount of, I'm just gonna stop because I can't think of it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being there for me, and I am pretty good now, and just taking things slow. I'm working on some of my in real life inventions and stuff, and which I'm not going to be able to talk about in any of my videos, but life is going pretty good, and I hope you guys are the same. Your lives are the same. They're going well, and you're happy and stuff. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this helps you, and I hope it you get enjoyment from listening to my voice and seeing me on the webcam, and just seeing how my thought process works. I hope that you guys can understand me a little bit even more, now that you have seen like into my thought processes for a little bit. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the next part, and hopefully 200 mil will be either before this or after this, but it'll be sometime today. So yeah, I just gotta edit that and throw it onto YouTube. So you guys, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.